We're turning back the clock, but make it Art Deco. Bold lines, shiny vibes, and absolutely no patience required. Just a bit of super glue. Next on Tina Tries. This free file is by Artform Designs 3D and can be found on printables. This was printed on an H2D and an X1 carbon. I used black PLA as well as a gold silk PLA for this. This print took about 4.5 hours and just over 140 grams of filament. This project also requires super glue and a bamboo MH11 clock kit. As usual, I'll link everything in the description below. Let's check out the build. Here are the printed parts. So today's Art Deco clock is going to be pretty straightforward and easy, which is awesome. We're just going to use a little bit of super glue to put all of the decorative parts in here, and then we're going to use a bamboo MH11 clock kit to make this a clock. The back frame of this clock has all of the outlines for the decorations. So you cannot mess this up. You're literally just matching everything, gluing them in place, and that is it. So I'm gonna start with all of these little pieces that are gonna go down the bottom of the clock here, because that's going to be easier to put in as opposed to having the largest part of the decoration already in here and then trying to do all these little pieces. So let's see. I'm gonna put them in here, make sure that I like the way that it looks, and then I will glue these. One thing to keep in mind when you're putting this together. So this prints with this face up. So the back where the clock box goes into is on the plate. So you do not want these other little tiny pieces to be with the shiny side up. You want it to have the same finish as the front of the clock. So just keep that in mind. Let's start gluing. I am not going to use a CA glue this time with an activator spray because the activator spray will ruin the silk. So I just want to make sure that it is straight, and then I move on to the next piece. Don't overdo the super glue because you don't want it to leak out on the sides. So there is one side, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. And there is the other side. Next, we're going to put in these little triangular pieces here. Same thing. We're just going to add a little bit of glue, stick them on there, and let it set. And there we have our triangles. Next, we're going to put these pieces on, and these are going to go off to the side, one on each side. There's the right side. And there's the left side. Next, we are going to glue this piece in. This might be a little bit tricky. I hope that the glue doesn't set on one side before we get to the other, but let's try it and see. So I'm gonna move kind of quickly. I don't necessarily need glue on every little channel here. maybe just the main big ones, just to speed up the process and hope that the super glue does not dry before we put the piece in. So let's move quickly. As long as you move quickly with the super glue, that should work out just fine. So now we have our main piece glued in. And the last thing that we need to glue are the little accent decorations, which go right here around the face. So again, you want these to be the non-shiny side up. So the part that was on the plate is going to get glued down to the face. And these are all identical, so you can't mess up putting these in. And there we have our decoration in the middle. So I'm gonna let this dry for a little while before I put the clock mechanism in. All right, so let's put our clock mechanism in. So this is the Bamboo Lab MH011 clock kit. This comes with the hands, all of the hardware that you need to attach it to the clock, and then the actual box for the clock. I am going to start by putting the battery in here. And let's open the hardware. All right, so the hour hand and the minute hand do have a little protective film on the top of them, so you want to peel that off first. The seconds hand does not have that protective film on it, so you don't need to worry about that. So what we're going to do is in the back of the clock here, I'm going to take the gold washer and the little rubber anti-slip pad that comes with it and put that around the hole here. And then we are just going to insert the box like so and flip it over. Okay, so you want to make sure that it is lined up in the center, and then we're going to use the gold washer to attach this. That will keep your box from sliding around and keep everything centered. There we go. And you want that to be pretty tight so that you don't have any movement. Next up, we are going to put on our hour hand. That just slides down onto here. Gently push it down so you don't bend the hand. Then we're going to put on our minute hand. Same thing. Gently push it on there so that you don't bend the hand. And last but not least, we are going to push the seconds hand in. So this has a little post that goes right into the middle. And again, gently push that on as far as it will go so that you don't bend the arm. And there we go. We have our finished Art Deco clock. Here is the finished clock. I love how beautiful and dramatic this is, and it was so simple to assemble. Here are my rankings for this project. Ease of printing, this one gets a 7. I did have issues getting this file to print straight off of the download. My initial layer was full of holes and really bumpy, so I went in and I changed the initial layer print setting to 0.2 millimeters, and I didn't have any problems afterward. Just be mindful of your print settings if you get files that aren't from MakerWorld and you're going to print on Bamboo Lab printers. The back of the clock was slightly too big for my X1 carbon, so I did have to print it on the H2D. The way that this file is sized is for this clock kit, so if you scale it at all, this will no longer fit. Also, when you go to take the decorative inlays off of the print, don't panic. You didn't shatter it. These pieces print separately, even though it looks like it's all one piece on the plate. Ease of assembly. This one gets a 9. All you need is super glue. The back of this clock has all of the spaces for the inlays. So all you have to do is line everything up and glue it. And it is really, really easy. Make sure that you use the hardware that is included for the clock to keep everything firmly in place. There are even these nice little holes in the back for hanging it on the wall. So you glue all of your inlays together, put the clock kit in, and you are ready to go. That's gonna do it for this episode. If you enjoyed this, please consider liking and subscribing. Hit that notification bell so you know when new episodes drop. Let me know if there are any projects that you'd like me to tackle in the comment section below, and I will see you on the next one.